we had to change the camera color down there
Mm.
and switch that ladder around.
Mm.
I had to change one of the bombs. It's put in the wrong direction.
I think we fixed the bomb rotations.
Yeah.
So, yeah, fixed it, so to speak. Now they either go counterclockwise or clockwise, and we're not really controlling that, which is not brilliant, but it is what we're gonna leave. Got all the way through. Da-da-da-da. You found the glove. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. We got some debug here that we can get rid of. Yeah, this was us fixing the rotations.
Yeah.
And that has been done. Right here. Save. No, undo. You broke things. Save. Yes, you removed, I think, 2 lines. Okay, so that's good. Now, game manager should have our buggos. Treasure chest state isn't saved. Yeah, that's something that we need to worry about. Bombs sees you through walls. This is the one we want to fix. Alright, so that's gonna be in the awareness module, would be my guess. And
There was the raycast, I think.
yeah, if it's an enemy bomb, it goes to something. On trigger stay. All right, we go to detect player because we're within we're within the collider. That whole collider actually hits you. So if not aggressive, yeah, that would be correct. Then direction, we get the direction, that's easy. Then ray transfer position plus vector output 0.5 plus direction normalized times start radius direction. So I know when this is. So basically it can happen that the ray spawns directly inside of a wall.
Mm-hmm.
So if the ray spawns inside of the wall, it doesn't count that as a collision and goes right through it.
Maybe.
No, definitely. So here we can do
Then, wait.
debug. You type debug dot
Debug.
no
Then,
draw line.
oops. Draw.
Open round. Ray dot origin, comma. Ray dot origin plus ray dot direction. No, comma.
You said plus.
I said comma first.
Oh.
Ray dot origin. No. Ray dot origin first. Ray dot origin.
Well, it's here.
I know, you need it twice. I've said this like 12 times now. Plus ray dot direction multiplied by is there a length? Detection distance. Yeah. Okay, tab, comma. Now I think you can specify the color. Go color dot yellow.
Do I do this? Dot yellow.
And then comma. 1F, 2F, 2F.
2 seconds, that means?
Yeah, it's close to the bracket, semicolon, save. Now what you'll see is that these we'll start seeing these rays as soon as we're within the bomb's cone. The problem is there could be a wall between us and the bomb.
Mm-hmm.
It's seen us. Yeah, you normally will get several.
Yeah, you're right.
Now you see how it didn't see us? So if we stay here, we're within the cone, it's gonna draw several. Okay, but we're never there. So we need to find one that goes directly into the wall, and there's one over there, that bomb there to the side.
Yeah.
Boink. So let's see if this one will see me here. Rubbish.
Turn the wrong way.
How about here?
That one saw you.
Yeah, I'm not interested. I think we need to go to the other area. We can't die anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Goal number 1, reproduce the bug.
Which is proving to be a hard task.
So this bomb here is moving in the wrong direction. Right here, there. It's detected us. Right, so it's detected us, and my bet is one of these rays starts inside the wall. There it is. This one.
That one.
So one of these rays starts inside the wall, and off you go, you're done. Now let me see this bomb's collider. Yeah, I think we're being a bit too generous with the distance, because we were trying to make it so that it doesn't collide with itself, and I understand that, but we've been a bit too generous with how far they go.
Okay.
So enemy bomb, enemy ray start radius 0.6. How big is the... Okay, it's a capsule, and it's 0.38 of radius. Huh. Yeah, so 0.6 looks... I'm guessing that the bomb is actually smaller than 1. Maybe in the model, or in the structure, or something. No? It's all correct, Amundo. Can you like blow your nose before my brain tries to escape this room?
Sorry.
Thanks.
Try to avoid that.
Yeah. But you're employing the Brazilian technique of like sniffing up with your nose.
Why?
500 times a minute.
It's actually sniffing out.
Yeah,
No.
I know, but I mean, Brazilians think that blowing your nose is very rude, so they don't do it, but then they continue doing this all day long on a train while you're with them. It's not very nice. Okay, so let's try and change this radius to 0.55. Except this is not going to work because the bomb's not going to explode. So we're going to need a new bomb.
Here it is.
Okay, so this bomb over here, 0.55. Let's try and see. So now it's just rotating in place, therefore this one is the furthest. Still spotted me.
Head blew up, so.
Try 0.5. Is that the right variable? I think so. Okay, I wasn't spotted now.
Try again. Yeah. That one didn't see you either. Well, they get a lot of rays.
Yeah, right? Because
They get as big as their vision cone.
No, the detection happens as soon as you're inside this vision cone. And so it keeps on trying to detect you. And now I assume Yeah, see, even the last ray starts inside. I mean, close enough. So 0.5 is the answer. So all we need to do is we need to go to prefab, enemies, enemy bomb, open prefab, and just tell it this is gonna actually be 0.5. And that should completely solve every problem. Well, let's just claim it fixed.
Delete the debug then.
Yeah.
Or just comment it out.
Yeah. Save. Actually, let's save everything. Click. Done. Okay, so now all of the files are saved. This bug has been fixed too. What else have we got? Game manager. Tiles are not actually being set up. That's not an issue right now. And treasure chest state isn't saved. This would be an issue. We basically need a way to know that the treasure chest is or has not been opened. And I see only one way of doing it, maybe. I'm not sure. Because we would need to know. Basically, we need to know certain pieces of information.
Yeah.
And what we should do is have an int stored in the player prefabs, I think. Player preferences. That's where we store everything, and we should have information about that particular chest. So let's see how we are saving the spawn point. Okay, spawn point X, spawn point Y, player quadrant. So we got the quadrant and the X and Y where you spawn. Then we got the HP, then the permanent power-ups. Okay, so now we should know which, like all of the treasure chests, and then there will be loads, but they will all be unique. Yeah. All of them will be unique. So what does that mean? You're gonna have, one placed somewhere, and in this case it will be a certain place, whatever it is. We're gonna need to have the quadrant and the coordinates, both of them, and that's it really. So what we should do is we should create a preference on the fly. That's an int. If it doesn't exist, we're gonna give it a value of 0. Okay. If it does exist and we have used it, we're gonna give it a value of 1, and then we'll remember. No, it just means that one has been opened, and that's it. So load profile and load default profile and load default profile, player attributes list, permanent power-ups, save profile. Yeah, we're also going to have to know all of these things. Well, not really. Actually, these will all be saved on the fly. Save profile. So let me think here. When you open the chest, so the chest in and of itself, treasure chest, right here, set up, open chest, there it is. So you start open, it doesn't particularly matter, blah blah blah. Pick up, collect item. Let's see. Stop, open, destroy, pick up game object, return pickup type. So right here, we should now tell the game manager that the chest has been saved. Yeah. Now the problem is, do we have an owner? I don't see an owner, so that's one problem. Let's see what setup says. Open, animator, etc. So I don't know if the chest knows its own position or what its name is going to be. So let's quickly play this and go take a look. Okay. Because I don't remember how we set it up and I'm lazy to look at the code. I don't care, I'm immortal. Ow. Run, Forest. Okay, I think we've run enough.
His name?
What?
His name is Forest?
No, Forest is a reference to a film by Robert Zemeckis with Tom Hanks.
Oh.
as an actor. It's a film about a man who has developmental problems for some magical reason, becoming a hero in everything he tries.
Oh.
Very
Okay.
realistic. That's exactly how it usually works. So we got treasure chest 0. Okay, 0 is probably the idea of the treasure chest, and that's probably because of that color. Let's see if the name is being set up here. I don't think so. That's when you set up the entity. But it doesn't give us the quadrant, which is not fantastic. Now I'd like the treasure chest to actually know the quadrant, but that would be map entity. There we go. Treasure chest TC setup C.
Mhm.
So the map entity should know a few things, but it doesn't look like it's like it knows. It doesn't look like it knows its coordinates or its quadrant. Will be a problem. Any other thing that deals like locked doors or any stuff like this, special treasures that only exist in a certain place, whatever it is, we need that stuff stored. So we are gonna have to have reference to this stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that simply having those identity pieces stored should be pretty good. Let's take a look at what map is doing when it sets up the entities. Setup entity, me transform dot name, entity containers color dot name plus x.
Can I blow my nose?
Sure. Entity containers color index. That's it.
Uh-huh.
So it's an enum. Well, yeah, but you don't know which type of treasure chest 0 it is. So that's just not good enough. Let's say that our entity needs to know its coordinates in its quadrant. Now the question is, where do we get them? See, I'm sure there's an ME set up somewhere. Set up entity ME, and then when you go to setup entity, there's the entity type ME, child entity ME, send info to entity. That's gonna be the one. There it is. Send info to entity, and then it sends the color, and then that does something. We need the coordinates, so that should be fairly easy. Here we're gonna add a vector to int for coordinates. No, sure. Say new vector to int here. So add new space, open a round, x comma y, close the round, now comma again, save. So we're sending the vector to int of our coordinates, and now we need the quadrant, but I don't actually know the quadrant. Quadrant size, world coords y plus y, entity texture, world coords x. That's what we want. So for the quadrant, we want another new vector int. Copy all of this, paste it here, save, and copy this, paste it right here, switch to x, and paste it right here. Save. Okay, now let's go to send info to entity and request two vector2s, ints, that is, two vector2 int, and call this one world coordinates, or world C, whatever. Coords, comma, vector2 int, quadrant coords. Just save. Okay, now child entity setup, and copy both of these, paste them here, save, and paste again, save. Okay, so we'll send in this a bit all over the place and paste it again here, save. Now let's go to this setup, paste it again, save. Okay, so there's various classes pushing this information to one another.
There's several errors too.
Okay. No, that's not an error. No, something else. Vector2 int isn't a type. Excuse me. Okay, save everything, close, and let's see what this guy's gonna say. Syntax error, comma expected. Okay. Vector2 int is definitely a type. Oh, right.
Oh,
This is
yeah,
what
we
you're
just-
sending. Wait.
So we don't need the.
This is what you're sending. Yeah, it's not what you're requesting. Save.
Yeah.
Alright, and now we can go right here, and finally we got them. And we need to memorize these. So create a private vector2 int
Oops.
world coordinates. Yeah.
Oops.
World coordinates. Semicolon. There's a trick that actually people use, which is they put an underscore to the ones they receive, so they know which one is permanent and which one isn't, which is a pretty cool trick. Copy this, paste it here. Copy the word quadrant, paste it here, save. And now the first thing you're gonna do is just copy this, paste this, copy this, put an equals, paste, semicolon, enter.
And then
Copy
quadrants.
Wait, undo, yeah, copy this, now put the equals, paste, semicolon, save. Okay, that's good. Now we got those stored, right? This means we can use them when we collect the item. So right here, you're going to say, we need to request the game manager that a particular contextual thing is saved. So it's gonna be something like public void save context item. Open around, request a string, and go item ID, and request comma, request an int state. Close the state, close around, open a squiggle, hit enter, close state. And what we're gonna do here is we are going to copy all of this, paste it here, copy item ID, paste it here, and copy state, paste this here, save. So that's what we.
Whoopsies.
Yeah, that's good. Save again. So that's good. Now copy this. Save this here. I forgot. Yeah, save again. Now game manager.script.paste.
Oops.
Paste. Open round. So what
Now
we're gonna
we
feed
need the
here
string
is
ID.
a new string that's gonna be composed of various things. So. No, you don't need to do this. What you need to do is this. You need to say world coordinates.x toString open close round plus a quote x quote plus world coordinates.y toString toString open close round plus
Why?
no quote underscore plus close quote plus quadrant coordinates dot x dot toString open close round plus quote x quote plus quadrant coordinates dot y dot to string, open close round, that's it. So that's the name of the thing we'll save, and then comma, and then hit enter. And what we're gonna do here is we're going to feed it 1, just the number 1, hit enter, close the round bracket, semicolon. Yeah, hit shift tab here, save. Okay, so we're feeding it this particular name. Now, as you can see, this particular name is a little bit sort of uncomfortable to build.
Yeah.
So let's build it in advance. So here you go, private string, save name, semicolon. Now let's make it right here. So copy the save name, paste it, equals.
And then grab all that.
Cut all this, semicolon, copy, paste. No, 1 space. Save. Okay, so save context item, and there we go. Once we collect the thing, the save name has been done in advance. Now, once we have the save name, here we should actually check the situation, because we should actually know whether the trigger should be reset and whether open should be open. Open here automatically says false. This isn't necessarily the case. We need to have open depend on what do you call it? Open needs to depend on the save. Okay, so we need to check save name. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go, let's create another game manager thing that tells us whether that particular information has already been done or not. So let's create a public bool, check context item. No, you're gonna need a string item ID.
Again.
Close round. Open a squiggle. Here you're trying to get the information out. Now, the first thing we need to do is we need to check if this exists in the player preferences. So we're gonna use this trick.
Okay.
Copy all of this, paste it over here. Now, if player pref has key, copy item ID, paste it in here. Now, instead of this, you're gonna check. So paste it here again, get int, and we're gonna say cut this, and right here you're gonna say return, and you're gonna say paste equals 1 semicolon. No, just
No,
1.
it's an
an
int.
int. And now this is still unhappy. Why?
Because we did not return a string.
No, you're returning a boolean potato. Not all code paths return a value. Just read the error. I've taught you this many times. What does that mean?
That means that it's never returned, but we did return it. We did not return a bool.
No, we returned a bool here. We're saying player preferences is 1, true or false. That's going to be a boolean. This one is returning. What if it doesn't have the key?
Alright, then we need to get the key and then return it as well.
What? Okay, you don't remember anything, and I need to repeat everything again. And it's a fun operation, so we do it almost every time. This is a function that wants something back. It wants a boolean back. It's called check context item. It requests a piece of information first, which is going to be item ID. The item ID is that weird string that we have composed before. It goes to the preferences. These preferences are present in something called the registry. You don't have to worry about what that is, but it's basically an internal storing system that exists in Windows. Okay? In this case. And it's going to check if the information with this text over here has ever been saved before. This information needs to have a name. This is the name. And it needs to have a value. Because HasKey is actually neutral about the value, doesn't care, but we set an int. So this registry key called item ID is going to be associated with a certain int that we receive. Why? Because I can't save booleans, because it is what it is. So in player preferences you got this limitation that you can save only strings, booleans and floats. Strings, ints and floats, and I don't think you can save anything else. But at any rate, so here we're checking that this key even exists. If this key doesn't exist at all, right, it means we've never saved this particular chest, open or close, it doesn't matter, right? But if it does exist, then we're going to return whatever status it is, and we're going to check that the status is 1. If the status is 1, we return true. If the status is anything other than 1, we return false.
So we can...
But this depends on the key existing. If the key does not exist, this means the chest has never been saved, right?
Mm-hmm.
So does the code return any value when the key doesn't exist at the moment?
No,
right.
Because we didn't write
So
it.
here you need to return false. So you simply are going to assume it's going to be closed if it's never been saved. That's it. Now that's better. Now copy this to check context item, and we're going to go to the treasure chest, and here you're going to say game manager dot script dot paste open round
Now
save
we need
name.
the string.
So open is going to obtain whatever value it can from this.
Mm-hmm.
At the moment, our saves always get reset. So
Yeah.
save for now, save all of the code everywhere. But what we're going to do now is we're going to turn off that resetting, and we're going to see if the chest actually remains open. Because open then sets the boolean. And if the, let's see, open chest here, start open. We need to find who calls open chest. It's going to be the player somewhere, probably. Where's the player? Don't see it. Player. Okay, so the player, operations, blah, 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 start open chest routine. There we go. So start open chest, stop open chest, start coroutine, etc. Hit Control F to see who does this. Start open chest. Check if chest open.
There.
Check if chest open. Treasure chest TC get component TC.open. Right? Same thing. Okay, good. Now because open has already been set to true, in our treasure chest, the animator is going to be set to true also, so it's going to start from open. Reset is a trigger, should put it immediately in the open position. We should be fine. Now the last thing we need to do to test that this actually works properly is we need to go to the game manager
And do some assigning.
and simply remove load defaults.
Yeah, because otherwise we'll always stay closed.
Well, actually, let's leave load defaults for now. Hit play. Immediately stop. Close load defaults. Hit play. Let's see. Run! Oh boy.
Flashy glass. I meant grass.
Yeah, we still need to do something about that. Run before I'm noticed. Oh dear.
Except.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
You are getting bombified.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Nobody's caught me yet. I mean, I've caused absolute havoc in this fortress, but that's okay. So I've opened this.
Yay!
Okay, and theoretically, I should have the glove when I restart. So now let's stop. Let's restart. Do we have the glove? We do have the glove.
And let's check if the chest is open.
Yes, we need to go check if the chest is open. We respond where we did because that's the instructions the game has. We can pick up the bombs and it all works correctly. Okay. The chest should be open and it is.
Mm-hmm.
Haha!
I like that you can throw stuff over walls.
Okay, now let's click on the reset defaults or load defaults, and this should possibly not work. And if it doesn't work, I know exactly what it is.
Okay. We don't have the glove now.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. That one we've already tested and fixed for sure.
Yeah.
Right, but this one could also not work.
And treasure
And I thought
chest
so.
is open.
The treasure chest is open. So the problem with the treasure chest being open now is fairly easy. What we've got is we never delete those saves, which we must do. If we're gonna do the load defaults in Awake or in Start, whatever it is that we're doing it. Start, yeah. Load profile immediately. In load profile, debug load defaults. If load defaults, load default profile. Well, the first thing we're gonna do here is we're going to delete all the player prefs. So you're gonna player prefs dot delete all. I think it's called player prefs
Player put. I'll press caps lock.
dot delete all.
Delete all.
There it is. Open close round semicolon.
What's delete key?
Deletes a specific key with whatever information you give it. So now, loading from defaults should have a chest that's closed. And because that only depends on the debug function, well, debug boolean, I should say, it will never trigger. What a path. And the chest is closed. Happiness. Rubbish. I've been caught.
Did I
Ow.
ever actually get past the fortress? Did I actually ever get past the fortress and get the thing?
You? I don't know. So I've now collected the glove and we're happy. Okay, so that's working. Perfect. Now a few things we needed to do anyway, which is take our little camera and tell it we don't want the skybox, we want a solid color and we want it black. Okay, so that's one thing. Another thing we wanted to do is change that grass. So
Yeah.
there should be textures in GIMP with map pieces.
And then we should find the grass and we need to make it bigger. Well, individual pieces bigger. Like we had those. Let's see.
There's our grass. So either we make the pieces bigger or we make it more dirt-like.
Yeah.
Which could be an option. Copy dirt. Copy this layer. Paste it. Colorize.
Into green.
Control Shift E.
I think we should arrange the pieces just a little bit differently because it's exactly the same.
Oh yeah, they're not being rotated randomly?
I think they are, but
No, I don't think they are. I don't think they are.
Doesn't look
The
like it.
dirt is, the grass is not.
that's because we had set that up for the
That's
weird
gonna be an
stuff.
easy fix. So all we gotta do is go to map, I'm guessing.
map is out now.
Map. And when it sets up the dirt, blah blah blah, map tiles, transform name, map tiles, transform rotation. If map rotation's color index lower than 0, map rotations, aha, got it. So we need to go to world, check where the grass is, should be green.
Yeah.
Yeah. Map containers, map rotations, -1. There you go. And that should do it.
It can rotate now.
It can and will rotate randomly. Yep.
Yep.
If you want it to be more subtle, we can make it more subtle. It's actually really easy to do now. All we need to do is go to colors, brightness. Thanks for the follow, CT Hoggy. We can maybe decrease this, but decrease the contrast.
Looks like fog.
It does look like it's foggy grass, doesn't it? Ah! Increase the contrast. Okay, let's see. Yeah, no, I want it to be less contrast. We can probably... So let's see if we can reduce... Yeah, I don't know that there is a clever way in which we could do this. Just hit Control E. Let's see how it looks like. What do you think?
That does not look like grass. I think we should make it at least a bit more bright. But
A bit brighter. Okay, well, we could just sort of undo what we just did. So hit Control Z, Control E.
that's fine. I can live.
I can live with this. I think this is not bad, and it's not flashy or crazy, so it's pretty good, right? What else should we do now? Well, one thing we should do is fix the shadow of the main character, because it's kind of bonkers now. The way we're gonna do that is by constructing a character
Shadow thing like we did
shadow
with
system.
the wall.
That's right, like we did with the bomb, right? So let's go with prefabs, player, open it. Okay, there it is. So what we need to do now is we need to attach those to the bones of the character, because those are the ones that move. So here we go. Control hips, for example, leg, etc. So let's go with leg and foot, right? So the foot over here. So the foot should probably have a square, right? So we're gonna create a 3D object, cube. Massive. Scale, make it smaller, make it smaller, make it smaller. There it is. Right, so one interesting issue is the rotation seems to be off. So let's reduce this. Oops, that's the wrong axis. Let's reduce this. There we go, that's the right axis. Okay, it doesn't need to be perfect at all, but it has to be more or less in the right position. So y is definitely going to be 0. X. Okay. There we go, more or less. So negative 0.07 or something. And now it needs to be rotated on the x-axis. Never you mind. Try the y-axis. There we go. Needs to be rotated on the y-axis 18 degrees. And about as big as that. And about as small as this. And there you go. Yeah, that's pretty good. That works, right?
He's got a metal foot.
So you've got the foot now. And let's call this one shadow. Okay, now duplicate shadow.
And put it in all the others?
Sure. So this foot, and we're going to copy this and paste it on this shadow. And it's sure to be correct. Because it follows the bone. Right? Now duplicate this shadow again. And it needs to go to the leg. Okay, for absolute chaos there. Reset. Man, your brother's annoying today more than ever.
I know.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, let's see here. Stubby leg. Point 195. What? Oh, 095. There we go. That's probably less than that. 3. 0.3. There we go. That'll do. And let's see if we can reduce the thickness. This fella has thick legs. 4, 5, 0.5. Okay, so that's this thickness. So maybe it's this one. No, that's correct. So it's this one.
This guy is getting metal plates.
9. Okay, the Z is too thin. That wasn't a fart, by the way. That's my wrist
I know.
on the desk. Let's do it again. No, I can't do it. How did I do it? I can't do my wrist fart anymore. Rubbish. Okay, so we've got the leg shadow. Before we continue, let's immediately change these. So cast shadows on. Shadows only. Now they disappear, right? We also need to remove the colliders. There. Okay, so that's good. Now let's duplicate this shadow.
Wait, do the other leg.
Goes to the other leg. And now we're going to copy this component.
And stick it in
This
there.
component values. And it should be exactly right immediately. So there. And now what we're gonna do, just to check that everything's working correctly, is we are going to go to our avatar. No, armature. No, control. No, player. That's the one. The player. And we're gonna say cast shadows off. Receive shadows, sure. Let's see now. Now we should only see the legs.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not sure that it's actually looking correct. It's kind of looking weird. Is I crazy? He stops immediately and I can't check. Okay, so it's just okay, this is, I want him to run into that wall so I can observe the shadow.
It does not look like he's running.
Yeah, it does look like the shadows will be correct. Now we just need to make the shadow for the rest of the stuff and it'll be fine. Now, in order to do that, we are going to re-establish the shadow visibility to on, so it's easier to see. Now, yeah, I just realized this is really quite annoying the way it's being done, but whatever, duplicate, we just need to be patient and do it. So, put it in the hips, okay, there we go, shadow. Now, we're not going to reset that, but we are going to reset this. Okay, there it is. And we can now change the scale. Change this scale. Because Mr. Fatty here needs maybe 2. There we go. And let's see if we can move it a bit. Okay. 2 and -0.07. Okay, that's.
You're making it now.
Hmm?
You were making the wrist fart now.
Did I make it a wrist fart?
Yes.
Well, that's what everybody deserves. Okay, so this is pretty decent. Right here. Okay, now duplicate the shadow. Drag it into the spine. The name. Just to start, let's copy this component and paste it right here as values. Yep, thought so.
Box.
That's not bad.
And now arms.
Wait. Okay. And 2.
Now he's wearing top clothes.
There. That looks pretty good. Okay, now let's duplicate this one. And we're going to put it in the arm. And we're simply going to 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. So let's see. The Y. Oh no, this one's going sideways, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, poopies. Alright, wait a minute. There. That's pretty good.
I need to make it way smaller.
So it looks like the arm is a bit sort of longer. Okay. Okay, this looks pretty decent. I think we're gonna live with this. Okay, so duplicate this one. We're gonna lead it into the arm R. And we're going to copy this, paste it here.
Has values.
Duplicate this one, put it in the hand. Paste component values. No, that's wrong, but that's okay. So now we need to just reduce this scale. Yeah, that's pretty good. Move it over here. And apparently it needs to be moved on the y-axis as well. Okay, right there. Right there. There. That's looking pretty good.
Now he's got a full body metal suit of armor.
Duplicate. Drag it in here. And there it is. Okay, so that's his fist. Maybe for the fist we should have gone with spheres, but okay. And now we're gonna go to head. Okay.
It's too small.
Okay, that's pretty decent. It looks like it's off somehow. Put in position. Weird. But whatever. Maybe we move 0.5 a bit bigger. You get a big head. 0.45, 0.45, 0.45. That looks good enough. Remove this sphere. And now we're gonna call this one shadow.
And there's shadow 2 and shadow 3 and shadow 1 and shadow 4.
I'm going to do this. Select them all. Paste. Enter. Now they're all called shadow. Now I can look for them again. Whoops. I think there. Look for them again. Select all. And it's going to be cast shadows. Shadows only. Let's see.
And now our player will look normal again.
Maybe.
And with
With the
making
shadow
good
too.
shadows.
That doesn't look bad from afar.
Wow.
See?
Looks
Just
much
with a
better.
little silly trick, we now get much better shadows on our little fella.
Mhm.
There, that's something we had to fix for a long time, and we finally did. So now our player has crisp shadows. Jump! Ha, jump! Whoa. Jump! Jump! Ha, ha,
Bomb!
ha. Fall in the water! Ow!
And there's no ladder. Actually, yes, there's.
Uh-oh.
He was clipping through the water.
No, I don't think that's what was happening.
Well, not clipping.
Oh, no, we were being invisible because we got hurt.
Oh, yeah.
But the shadow doesn't become invisible, which I think may be a good idea. Let's test it in the in game.
So get ourselves hurt on purpose.
Yeah, we can turn off the shadow zone also, but that's going to be a bit more labor because we need to find all the shadows. Dunk. What do you think?
I think it's fine that it's still there. It's not like he disappeared or something. It's just an effect.
Yeah, I guess.
Shadow should disappear when he dies.
I want to pick you up.
What? You can't.
He doesn't see me. I'm too close. Doink. Ow. Run, Forrest. Huh.
Would you?
Pick it up.
Can I try next?
Dun, 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 dun. I got me the glove, man. And now... Dead.
Both of them blew up.
I am blue dead.
Can I
you
try?
Sure. It's also a good time for us to stop. I also forgot to record, but it's okay. I'll grab the VOD.
Oh, whoops.
Sorry.
Wow, I went through without hitting the wall.
How did you do that?
Up here, there's no bombs, so I'll just go.
Zippity-doo. Oh, he got you. Panic. Oh, he got you too. Panic. Oh, he got you. Panic. Run away.
I got there somehow.
Dodgamento. Alright.
Now time to pick you guys up. Yay!
You got them gloves.
I got them gloves.
The glove.
And now I wait for the guy.
Yes.
Because then I can...
Pick him up. Chuck him.
Oh.
Death. Go without getting stuck to walls. Oh no. Oh, wrong throw.
I'm gonna try. Oh dear.
Are you?
To there.
Oh, that worked out.
That's not what I meant to do, but okay. I wanted
All
to.
sorts of bad. Ow.
That's fine.
Is it? Panic!
Bye. I'm gonna bring you through it. Last time I got hurt, so I wanted to test if I could throw it through, so I tried.
No, you can't.
It's too much wait time.
No, that's not the point. It doesn't function that way. There is no... The computer just understands the bomb is gonna fly into nothingness. That's it.
Boom. Whiff.
Indeed.
Or miss, I don't know.
Oh, boom. A bit of both, I guess.
Hey.
Wait! Oh dear.
Not dead just yet.
Not dead yet.
Eh.
Getting close.
Getting very close indeed.
It did. Dead.
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh.
Super dead.
Doing that on purpose.
Alright.
The end.
We're done for today. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you again next time. Bye.
Bye.